This is P.P. Rao from Enjoy Learning. In the lesson Human Eye and Colorful World, I am going to explain dispersion of white light refracted through a glass prism. How is the significance of the dispersion light into its spectrum of colors? Newton was the first to conduct this experiment on passing through light, a prism. He let sunlight pass through the prism, expecting to see the white light on the screen places at the other side, but instead he saw the spectrum of light after dispersion. What is dispersion of light? When white light, it may be sunlight, passed through a glass prism, it splits into its spectrum of colors in order: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. This process of white light splitting into its constituent colors is termed as dispersion. White light passing through prism, glass prism, and splits into 7 colors is simply known as dispersion. Now the second point, how is the light refracted through a glass prism? When white light travels from one medium to another, the speed of its propagation changes. Speed of its propagation changes. As a result, it bends, that means refracted. Now, when light passes through a prism, it is refracted towards the base. It is a glass prism, and these colors are refracted towards the base. This is the base of the triangle. So the different colors in the spectrum of light have different wavelengths. Therefore, the speed with which they all bend varies depending on this wavelength. So we can remember the colors in order: V, I, B, G, Y, O, R, VIP, GR. So now wavelength measured in nanometers. Wavelength of violet is 440 nanometers. Likewise, these are all. Wavelength of red is more, and the wavelength of violet is less in these colors. So where violet bends the most because it is shortest wavelength, and the red bends least, having the longest wavelength. Because of this, the dispersion of white light into its spectrum of colors takes place when refracted through a prism. So now only one color sent through glass prism, what will happen. Newton did this an experiment, and the conclusions are: by controlling the size of the inlet, he allowed only one color. It means only one wavelength of light to pass through the prism. Obviously, the ray of light was refracted and didn't undergo any further dispersions, no splitting. He realized that different colors of the spectrum of light bend differently as they have different wavelengths. This is the Newton wheel. When we rotate with a speed, we get white color on this. So 7 colors merge into white color.